going on, ladies and gents? How you doing today? This is another episode of Creek Entertainment Top 10 List. I'm joined by Uncut Tim. What's going on, Tim?
Nothing. Everything's good. Chilling.
You got your list ready?
I got my list ready.
Okay.
It's right here.
All right, then, my man Rage. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just ready to get this going, bro.
All right, like I said, it's going to be a top 10 list. By that, we mean our favorite, not top 10 all time. So I'm sorry, all you Ric Flair, John Cena fans. We're not going that route.
Can't see me. You can't see me.
Hey, John Cena's dope, though. I mean, I'm sorry. No, I hope he's watching. But
No.
you get what I'm saying. It's going to be our personal top 10 as opposed to just a random top 10 list that people gather, because that would take too much time. I think we could do that, but that would be very tough. So right now, we'll just get it cracking with top 10, your personal. And to jump us off is going to be Uncut Tim. Uncut, tell us what were your favorite wrestlers back in the 1930s.
Well, actually, I am starting on my number 10. Actually, I am starting with, and this is actually a tough thing to do, top 10, because there's so many good ones. But my top 10, number 1 would be, number 10 is Ricky Steamboat.
That's post-depression. I like it.
Yeah, post-depression.
Post-depression.
And I'm going to throw this out real quick. I'm not going to break down every one. The reason why is he was just a great athlete, but he did something when I was a kid that actually HBK does a million times now. But he was the first one I saw when I was a kid, when someone threw him over the rope and he held on and pulled himself up. He was the first one I ever saw as a kid do that. And that was like amazing to me. And I remember just
he was pretty ahead of his time, yeah.
Yeah, and he had amazing.
And a lot of people I've heard say he's pretty, and I don't know much about him. I've watched him here and there. He was pretty solid, dude. But my bad, sorry to cut you off.
No. It's true. It's true. So I'm trying to like that. Number 9, I would have to go with Edge. And Edge,
solid.
Yeah, solid. He's just a great athlete, great on the mic. Just, he's just amazing. I love the Brood, the thing he did with Christian and all that. So Edge. Number 8. I have someone on here. I was gonna do that, but I'm gonna go with Mankind. I like Mick Foley and Catch Jack, but Mankind is my favorite of his personas. He was just, when he came out, it was just something about that whole dark thing, and he was just kind of like really freaky to me.
I can see you connecting with Mankind, dude.
Yeah, Mankind.
You look more like a little Dude Love guy, but
Yeah,
I can see Tim just losing his shit, just
Dude, picture the mask. Picture the mask on him, dude.
I can totally see that. All right.
Mankind. So number 7 is Rowdy Piper.
Really?
Yes, and he probably could be higher, but in the 80s, he was the best heel. He was going into WrestleMania 1, unfortunately I go that far back. I remember when WrestleMania 1 was coming up, and the whole thing, and from smacking the coconut to Jimmy Snuka to shaving the Haiti Kid's, the little midget wrestler, his head. And he just was funny. And the funny things he would say, me and my cousin still quote him from stuff he said back then. So,
okay.
Number 6 is, see, some of these could be like that. You could probably flip this. Owen Hart. I'm going to go with Owen Hart. Again, these are my favorites. I know that,
Owen Hart was dope.
Owen Hart. I like him again because I like heels, and he was just such a good heel. And he played this whining heel, and it was just so funny. And he was just amazing in the ring, and he could high fly.
Okay.
Not like as much as like a Shawn Michaels or something like that, but he was decent.
Despite being a technical wrestler, he can still.
I think he was a pretty solid high flyer.
Yeah,
I think he was a pretty good mix of high flyer and technical, and he was kind of a little, not a super brawler, but he could do that too.
Yeah, and I would say that. So
he's also not a nugget. He's also not a nugget, dude.
He's a black heart. Damn it.
Yeah, he was buffer than Brett. He was.
He was what?
Buffer than Brett. Like body.
Oh yeah. And I would say he was better than Brett in the ring. It's just that
you said it. There we go.
Yeah, it's recorded. We got it.
No, it's true.
We got it.
The only difference is that he didn't take it as seriously as Brett. So I think that's why Brett went farther.
I think You know what I saw? I saw a thing where he was more like a family guy. Like he really treasured like days off, you know.
Yeah.
And
I heard he
wanted to
wanted
get to
to
the
be,
top, but I think, like you said, I think Brett's a little more, oh, I got to be champion, or
or I'm going
I
to
just honor my family, you know,
yeah.
type deal.
Number 5, Razor Ramon / Scott Hall.
Okay.
And I'm going to go with him because to me, he was a big dude, great on the mic. I love the Scarface thing. I mean, him going up to kids and, you know, flicking the thing. And I thought he was he could technical wrestle. He was a big dude. He can move around for that. Razor's Edge is money. We all agree on that, you know. So
Ray hates it.
I don't hate it. I don't
Ray
hate it.
hates
I
it.
like the way it looks. I like the way it looks. It's a good finisher. I just think that there's a lot of other better ones. That's all.
it
I don't
was
hate
better.
it.
I hate Razor's Edge.
I like Razor's Edge. It's a little bit better than what Spider did to Cruz on Blood In, Blood Out, but you know,
I think that's where he got it from.
It might have
if I
been.
recall correctly.
Number 4 will be probably The Rock. I'm going to put The Rock. Again, I think he's a good wrestler. Probably not a super elite wrestler, but he's good. But the thing about The Rock is, to me, he's one of the best on the mic of all time. But look at everything he's done. All the catchphrases and stuff, the icon, the people's elbow. Whenever you see people make these wrestling videos at home with their friends, what do you see them doing? The people's elbow, you know, the rock bottom.
And the people's elbow low key is trash as a finisher.
It is. It's trash. But
the rock bottom is dope. The rock bottom looks like it messes you up.
It's the entertaining. I've gotten rock bottom before by my older brother when I was
It
younger.
hurts.
It's not fun, dude. Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
But then also the catchphrases. Do you smell what the Rock's cooking? Candy ass.
No, yeah,
SmackDown
he's
Hotel.
He's top 3 talker all time.
People's eyebrow. You know, the strudel. You know, the pie. All that stuff. So, okay, number 3, Y2J. I got to go with Y2J. Again, to me, Y2J is the whole package. I mean, there's nothing he lacks to me. He's great on the mic. He evolves. He's great and one of the best in the ring. Funny, technical, can high fly, everything. So 1 and 2.
And he calls people idiots.
Yeah, he's idiot. You idiot.
Stupid idiots.
Stupid idiots.
Yeah, stupid idiots.
So 1 and 2.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Now, the way I am right now, 1 and 2 can be flipped either way depending on my mood. Okay. So right now, I'm going to go with Undertaker number 2.
Okay.
But he could easily be number 1.
So why do you hate Undertaker?
No, I love Undertaker.
Why do you think he's second best?
He could definitely.
I'm kidding.
Be first. No, I know.
Undertaker's is a
But
total package.
He's yes. And
go ahead. Just keep saying it because I have a feeling that. Well, I don't know about Ray. Yeah, I think all 3 of us have him on the list.
Yeah.
I think that's one.
We do. We're next, by the way. You're next.
Number 1, you know who it's going to be. It's
right.
Bret Hart.
I do know. Bulldog, British Bulldog, right?
No. Brian Pillman. No, it's Bret Hart.
Jim Neidhart. It's Jim Neidhart. That's
Ooh, hey, Jim Neidhart was worse, huh?
Yeah. But Bret Hart.
So Bret Hart's your number 1 pick.
Bret Hart's my number 1 pick.
Sure.
All right,
Yeah.
talk about him. Why was Bret Hart so good?
You know what? I like his persona when he comes out and he's got the glasses and he's like this and he's got the
he's not American, right?
No, I know he's not American, and I just love technical wrestling, and what I liked also, so I just really liked him. I thought he was I really enjoyed that, So
what is your favorite Bret Hart? I mean, we can do another one for this, but I'm gonna ask Ray too. So for your favorite wrestler, I'm asking you, what's your favorite Bret Hart match?
I would have to say
you better not say him versus Vince McMahon.
No.
At like WrestleMania.
that's
later on
2.
when they were both. Yeah.
It would probably either be I really enjoyed when he fought Owen at WrestleMania 10.
Okay, that's probably the best opener.
Yeah,
for WrestleMania.
And I would say because I was there, the Iron Man match with HBK. I mean, it's not the best, but it just has a special thing in me because I was there.
Fair enough. So your list goes
Do you know what the funny thing is that when I was there, I was rooting for HBK only for the simple fact that I wanted to be somewhere, because I've been to a bunch of house shows, and, you know, titles don't really change hands in house shows. So I wanted to be somewhere where a title changed hands. Like, I wanted to be part of history. Does that make sense? So
Your guy lost.
He did.
Okay.
He got screwed.
No, not at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he did, because if there was sudden death overtime, he should have been able to still kept Sean in the sharpshooter, and it should have just went in overtime.
He should have just been ready, bro.
No. Okay, well, anyway.
I still remember when Brett screwed Brett, dude. I don't think anybody forgets that.
I don't remember that.
I saw him tap, dude. He tapped.
He didn't tap.
Dude. I saw it, dude.
Earl Hebner.
I saw it, dude. Yeah.
The title changed hands. I saw it.
Yeah, dude. Hey.
They don't just move titles when you don't tap. Like, what is that?
Yeah, dude. Come on, man.
Whatever. Okay.
It's not fake. You know? All right. Well, that's a solid. I'm gonna recap your list. So you got Bret Hart, Taker, Y2J, The Rock, Razor Ramon, Owen, Piper, Mankind, Edge, Steamboat.
Yeah, I you know who was on my list, but I changed him with Mankind, and again, this might have been wrong, was Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
I swiped him, but
I know what you're saying.
Mr.
All right, so
Perfect
my
could have
top 10. I'm gonna move to mine. I'm gonna start off by saying honorable mentions. I feel bad I left these people out. One of them you just mentioned, Mankind. He barely missed a cut. Y2J was 11 for me.
Okay.
He missed a cut, and I'm in love with El Generico way more than I should be, you know. But like, he's not in my top 10, but I dig the dude. But anyways, 10-1. All right, so my number 10 is a guy that only spent a year in WWE, I believe. He was too wild, but Vince McMahon loved him. No, Sabu.
Yeah, I knew Sabu.
Sabu is fantastic. He would throw chairs at people. He would injure people. He would botch moonsaults, and then his knee would land on your face, and it was great.
Jump from the balcony.
His rivalry with Taz was the equivalent of Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart on ECW. They were the two biggest.
Technical difficulties, people.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Okay.
I think we lost him.
We lost him. I don't know. But that's it. Sabu. I mean, I guess, you know, you froze there. So
You're freezing. You're freezing.
You froze right after you said it was equivalent to Taz and Sabu.
My thing froze?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're back.
What do you got at number 9?
We could always work with that, right?
Yeah. What do you got at number
9?
All right, so number 9 for me is going to be WCW Sting.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The
Crow version?
Every version. To me, Sting is much like Y2J. He adapted throughout his career. He changed his look. I think it sucks that he only wrestled in WWE for, 1 year?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, which is something he regretted, but yeah. Freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins injured my man Sting. I'll never get over it until right now. All right, number 8. So I'm gonna say how many we have together. Number 8 for me was Razor Ramon. When I was little, I thought he was Hispanic, and you kind of, even though he's not, you know what I mean?
So did I.
I think everybody did. That's funny that you mentioned that.
In a weird way, I bought it. I was like, yeah, dude, like that dude is like, yeah, because it sounds like he spoke broken English to an extent. You know what I mean? And but besides that, he was a fantastic big dude, like you said, 6'7". Had great matches with short dudes, with big dudes. Razor's Edge, in my opinion, is one of the best power bombs. So Razor for me takes the number 8 spot. Number 7 is one you left out. A guy who I think should have been WWE champion, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect, in a weird way, was my Shawn Michaels before Shawn Michaels. I was like, dude, this dude's fantastic. He could drop kick. He could wrestle big dudes. Remember, he would do the perfect. He did the perfect.
Ooh, he froze again.
Why people wanted to watch Hulk Hogan versus Sergeant Slaughter was garbage to me. I think Mr. Perfect versus Hulk Hogan would have been a better main event.
Yeah.
Me personally.
And Hogan should have dropped him.
Moving to 6. 4 through 6 were tough for me because they're interchangeable, but I had to do which ones I grew up with more. You know what I mean? 6 for me is Macho Man.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Macho Man was batshit crazy. He would yell weird things. Macho Man, you kind of feel like you get your ass kicked if you says the wrong thing to him, you know? He was super intense. And not only that, he's a great wrestler. I wish it's one guy that I think should have main evented more than he did, like WrestleManias, as far as WrestleManias. But he was fantastic, and he was not only good in WWE, he was good in WCW when he was a little bit older.
Now, correct me, because I don't remember. Hogan and WWF never dropped to Macho Man, right? As far as the title goes?
No, but at WrestleMania 4, remember he would lose to Andre the Giant, then Macho Man won the tournament?
Yeah, against $1 Million Man.
That was lame. And I think what they did with Ultimate Warrior should have been done with Macho Man. You know what I mean? Because Macho Man was still there. Ultimate Warrior just kind of went batshit crazy after that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Macho at 6. And number 5, Eddie Guerrero.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Latino, that was a real Latino dude. You said Viva la Raza, and dude had 6'4", hopping like.
He had a people's mullet, bro. You remember the people's mullet? Yeah, dude.
Is that what he called it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when he feuded with The Rock, he's like, "This is the people's mullet." Yeah, that's great, dude.
Dude, the frog splash is beautiful. His drop kicks were beautiful. When he wrestled The Rock, that rock bottom into that arm thing was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And
That reverse was awesome.
Him versus Rob Van Dam had a ladder match, and it was frog splash versus frog splash. Great match. I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, Eddie takes number 5 for me. Number 4, for obvious reasons, I grew up with him. Everything that Uncut already said is the great one, The Rock. Like you said, he's not the best. He's kind of like Stone Cold and Triple H. They're not the best of wrestlers, but they're good enough, you know.
Yeah.
They either do something very well. Obviously, on the mic, Rock is top 3 to me. Maybe number 2, I think the only guy that's better than him might be Ric Flair on the mic. And that's it. But as far as wrestling, dude, is fantastic. I mean, even when he came back, he was older wrestling John Cena. You know?
Yeah, no.
That made you guys upset because you guys are big Cena fans.
I'm not.
But,
Yeah, okay.
You know,
I can't ever see him, dude, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't see him wrestle.
All right, we're getting down to the top 3. Number 3 for me, again, guy I grew up with, great on the mic, probably the best wrestler per se, Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
You suck, dude. The way he turned that into, you know, part of his song, like, I feel like Daniel Bryan is kind of like a new low-key Kurt Angle, you know? Both great technical wrestlers. The only thing that sucks about Kurt is that, if you guys really recall, he left WWE kind of quick. Like after 6 years, I think. 7 years, he went to TNA pretty fast. So
And then
a lot of his career was on TNA, but his WWE career was fantastic. He was, I mean, him and Bret Hart is a dream match, right?
Yeah.
They could have ever done that.
Or him and Mr. Perfect.
Thank you. And we do those too. All right, number 2 and 1. 2 is the same one as you, Tim. I feel like that. You already know. 2 is The Undertaker. From rolling his eyes like that, and you know, and wearing the mascara, and his mascara never ran. You know what I mean? Like
his guy line.
It was Maybelline.
Bro, this dude had the best mascara on in the game. You know what I mean? No, but all BS to the side, I think my top 2 are Mr. WrestleManias. They've both been called that. I mean, he's legendary, dude. When you hear his music, I still get like chills. You know, it's fantastic. Everything. The best character that's ever come up, like, and it was a gamble because you know how many people really a dead guy, like, you know, it was a gamble to kind of start him off like that, but it paid off. Probably the most popular wrestler now, like now. Would you guys agree? I know Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold, but Undertaker's kind of like on a different level type. You know what I mean?
I think so.
Well, yeah, he barely retired. I mean, he's been around for a really long time. So yeah.
And he could still wrestle. Like, he could go out there and still give you a show.
Yeah. Like, he knows, and like at his age, he knows his limits, right? Like, so he knows that there's certain moves that he can't do now that a lot of the time when older wrestlers try to do it, they try to repeat moves that people want to see. But like, dude, like, he doesn't walk the tightrope anymore. Doesn't do any of that. Like, he just knows his limits, and he sells the match. It's really good, for sure.
You know what? If you want to see a really good match, it's him and Goldberg. Watch it. 5-star.
Okay.
All right. All right. Number one. What more can we say? You know.
I know.
Uh-oh, we know what's coming.
Yeah.
It's his boy toy.
There was nothing like being in the 6th grade, crotch chopping all my fellow students,
Yeah.
telling people to suck it. All that's a really bad thing to do. But besides all the bullcrap, Shawn Michaels to me is the best wrestler, pound for pound, high flyer. He wasn't the best talker. I think a lot of people overrate him on that. He did just enough, you know, on the mic. Mr. WrestleMania, countless WrestleMania matches. Him versus Taker was the best match I've ever seen.
See, he didn't really have to talk because he had that arrogance and, you know, when he
Bro, no one else could pull off looking like Bison, like my man Shawn Michaels. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought he was a Street Fighter character for like a year. But long story short, that's my list. Ray, your turn.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to follow though your two guys' list, but I really only ranked like honestly, I ranked like the top 3. The last 7 are like kind of ranked, but I'm kind of just going based off of what I personally like, right? So I'm gonna keep it. I grew up like in the Attitude Era, right? Like a lot of people did, but literally like it's when it was taking off when I was a kid. So my list is probably gonna stay there. I'm not gonna go back as far as like Razor Ramon because he was a little older. Granted, I've seen the matches. We've talked about this. I talked about like 80s matches and stuff with both of you guys. But so for me, I'm 10. I'm actually gonna go Randy Orton.
At 10?
At 10, yeah, I'll go Randy Orton. I think his age, he's getting older. He still has it, dude. He probably has one of the cleanest finishers, best reversals, and that's why I have him there. I'm on number 9. I'm actually gonna go Edge. I think Edge has done a lot for the company. He kind of held it down for a while. You know, when it was his time. Unfortunately, he got injured, but I mean now he's on the comeback. So I'd probably put Edge at 9.
Did you like Edge's celebration when he won the title with Lita?
the in the bed and all that.
Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah.
Tim loved
Yeah,
it.
sure. Yeah,
Tim called me like, dude, this is awesome.
It did not.
He's like, you want to watch it again? I was like, no, dude.
That's when he broke his neck, dude, in the bed, dude. You know,
Ooh.
he almost broke his neck. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry, Seth Rollins is not on my list. He's just my favorite wrestler in the now era, so he's not on my list. 7, I'm gonna go Sting. Or 8, I'm gonna go Sting. You know, he wasn't in, like I said, he was in WWE for a very short while, but I did watch him in WCW. I was more of a WWF guy when it was called that at that time. But I did like Sting a lot, and I think, you know, everyone can agree that he probably should have came over to WWF for like a long time, or WWE a long time ago, which he said that himself. But he held TNA down, you know.
Sting Taker is a dream match.
Yeah. And he held it down for a while, you know. So I would go him at the 8, right? So I said 7. I'm gonna go Kurt Angle 7. I wouldn't mind having him higher. I just have other people there, but Kurt Angle, I mean, dude, he has it all. Great wrestler, great on the mic, hilarious. Because he was an actual wrestler in real life, right? But yeah,
He won a gold medal,
for sure. Yeah, he won it.
Broken neck.
with the broken freaking
I think his neck was broken.
Yeah. And I actually think his entrance song's fantastic for him. Like it just suits him really well. You know, it's great.
It's fantastic.
So he's
it's
there.
Arrogant. I love it.
I like it. Yeah. 6, I'd go Shawn Michaels for sure. Like I said, that a lot of that was my era as well. He could kind of still wrestle as he got older. I mean, people now, if you think about it now, people are still doing like the Sweet Chin Music, even though it's called a super kick. But nobody could sell it like him, though. Like, you know what I mean? So he originated that technically.
You think,
and then,
dude, I think he had the best retirement match.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with you. One of the best.
If anything, Shawn had his last years were like solid. Like, I don't think he had like a thing that was really bad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Again, my opinion. I mean, his last couple matches were. we're not counting the one in Saudi Arabia where
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
you know
Against the brothers.
where the brothers where they took the Kane's mask off and it was just a shit show. We're not counting that.
Yeah.
But again, just sorry to chime in. I just think he had probably one of the best retirements, honestly.
I think
Better than Bret Hart. I'll tell you that.
I like when Bret Hart wrestled Goldberg and Goldberg kicked him, dude.
That's real nice.
No, I'm kidding.
That's terrible.
I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding.
Hey, but okay, isn't this weird?
You guys are secretly laughing.
Before we go to your list, isn't this kind of like ironic that Bret Hart's career was ended by a super kick?
Oh, you know, I didn't even think about that. That's good, dude.
That's kind of ironic.
That's good. Yeah, it is. That's good. I never thought about that. That's funny. That is very ironic.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And then he had a stroke and everything. You guys are all jerks.
Okay, well, I didn't bring that up. That's all you. You said
whoa.
it.
You're taking it to a whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. We were joking. You're over there being serious, dude. All right. We're on a serious note. 5, I'm actually going to go Mankind at 5. He's great. I mean, the stuff that he did for the company, like, as much as like he put his body on the line all the time just to get everybody excited to see it. I mean, that's what he does, and that's what he did in ECW, right? And then obviously everyone remembers the iconic Hell in the Cell match and whatever. But he was great. It was a good crowd reaction when he actually won the title as well. Like that was solid.
Yeah, I remember DX was carrying him.
What?
Remember DX was carrying him?
Remember that.
Yeah, when he won the title.
I have to rewatch it.
And that was when WCW said, "Hey, Mankind's going to win the title."
Yeah, and then everyone switched over.
Okay. I do remember. Yeah, they screwed themselves at that time. Yeah, that's right.
Remember Billy? Yeah,
everybody switched over. Yes.
Mr. Ass had him on his shoulder, like, yeah.
Yes, I do remember. Yeah. That's another guy who I kind of left out of the top 10, only because his mic skills suck. But he was a fantastic wrestler. Like he probably could have won the title if he just knew how to speak on the mic. You know, like
you know what? Rock crushed him. That's because he won the King of the Ring, and then he got into. It was a wrap. His career just kind of.
Yeah, but he was good. Just he's not in my top 10, but he was there. He was close, you know.
Awesome.
So 5, Mankind. 4, I'm gonna go Eddie Guerrero. I mean, what more can you really say about him? It's unfortunate what happened, but man, he can hang with the best of them. Dude's way bigger than him. Like he can make the match look like it was nothing. His frog splash was phenomenal. He was good on the mic. Just an all around good wrestler, you know.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think anybody should have Eddie Guerrero in the top 5, maybe except him, but whatever. 3, I'm actually.
Tim doesn't like Hispanics.
Yeah, I don't know why. No, it's cool. It happens. 3, I'm going
Really?
Y2J.
I thought that was your number 1.
No. Y2J.
I thought that was your favorite wrestler.
No, dude, he's not. We had this conversation. I'm surprised you forgot. But yeah, Y2J number 3. I mean, even in WCW, no, I said he's one of the GOATs. I said that.
Maybe that's what I said. He's dope though.
No, yeah, he's number 3 for me for sure. Just obviously his mic skills are great. He's funny. He still has it on the mic now. I mean, he's kind of making AEW, even though he's over there now as well. His debut was probably the most memorable, most badass there is to me, in my opinion. That's iconic, especially with the Millennium thing and all that. Y2J was a great name for it, especially since we were going to the Y2K thing. But enough said about him. 2 for me. Again, agree with both you guys. Undertaker's 2 for me. I wouldn't mind putting him on number 1 either, but he's my number 2 for the exact same reason, so I won't get into explanation. Number 1, this is going to be weird for you guys, but the reason why I'm choosing this guy is because this is the guy that I wanted to be. I remember him specifically when I was little. I really hate that he's super mainstream and people know about him, like, you know, but it is The Rock. You know, it is The Rock. He's my number 1 because I still have a lot of my memorabilia of him. Like growing up, he's one of the main reasons why I really got into wrestling. Like I said, I hate that he's really, really mainstream now, and that's the main wrestler people know. Like even then, when people weren't watching wrestling or they just knew about it, they knew who The Rock was, right?
Everybody knows
who
The Rock.
Sucks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But just for me as a fan, he was the main guy, right? So he's the reason why I watched it. I rooted for him. I still have a lot of my stuff from when I was little of him. So that's why he's my number 1. It's just a personal thing. That's who I grew up with, like on the level. So for him, that'd be my number 1. And then that's pretty much my list that I'd go with. So
What's your favorite Rock match?
my favorite Rock match, I like the one with Stone Cold.
Which one?
He was already like, oh, when Stone Cold had like the bloody face.
Oh, so the second one where Stone Cold turned heel.
Yeah, when Stone Cold was heel.
That's like a top 5 WrestleMania match.
Mm-hmm. That one specifically. I know a lot of people remember the one where, whenever Stone Cold won, he beat him and The Rock was bad. That's a lot of people remember that one because they were doing like each other's finishers. That's probably the one that a lot of people remember. But yeah.
No, that's WrestleMania 17 is considered like one of the best WrestleManias, and that main event was solid, dude.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna
that one for sure.
see, and then I'm gonna throw in there that I forgot about this match, but WrestleMania 13, Brett versus Stone Cold with the bloody.
That's
that was
another
pretty-
top 5 match.
Mm.
Stone
But
Cold
yeah,
was
that'd
really
be my
good.
top.
Stone Cold, you know what's
I
crazy?
like Stone Cold. Some of me kind of thinks he's a little overrated, but I like him. He's still very solid though. But like I don't hate on him. Like
He's great on the mic.
he is. Yeah. His
What it
character
was
was
for
good at
me-
that time.
What it was for me, and I'll tell you again, Stone Cold was pretty solid. Stone Cold and Bret Hart, in a weird way, in my own head, I felt like WWE were trying to push him to me, you know. While The Rock and Shawn Michaels felt more like, oh, these guys are kind of more rebels, you know. Just something weird like that. Like, and then I started liking their skills, their wrestling, you know, and then just I hated Bret Hart. I hated. This is the new tough guy. Take your vitamins, and I was like, no, dude.
He didn't
I hate
never
Hulk
said
Hogan.
take your vitamins.
Yeah.
I hate
You
Hulk
might as
Hogan,
well.
too.
No.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I'm not a Hulk Hogan guy either.
And
Or
it's
whatever.
you know who I really liked though was Hollywood Hogan. Hollywood Hogan was dope.
Now the
You mean
funny,
the NWO Hollywood Hogan? Like
Yeah, the one that he was spray painting your back after they jumped you. Dude. Like,
yeah.
and then it'd be like,
yeah,
Come
dude,
out.
dude, he would take
He's so
longer to get to
excited.
the ring.
He's so excited, dude.
Hey, but you know what though? In the '80s though, because I know you guys weren't watching it there, everybody loved Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was so big, he put WWF on the map. Yes, yeah, because Rocky.
No, he
III
didn't. It was Bruno Sammartino.
Well, not like
I'm
how.
just kidding.
Okay.
I've seen like like
You don't watch
he was champion for
Dark
like
Side
8
of the Ring
years.
or what?
No, but because when Rocky 3 came out, and then he was Thunder Lips, and then they led up to WrestleMania where he teamed up with, Mr. T. Like that was huge, huge.
Was it
But-
Ice-T?
No, Mr. T. E.T.'s dad.
Mr.
Yeah.
T. What happened to that guy?
He pitied that fool.
He pitied the fool.
He did, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna compare our list. All right.
Yeah.
So Taker's number 2 for all 3 of us.
Mhm.
The Rock is a top 4 for all 3 of us. I think that's the 2. You guys both have Edge and Randy Orton at the same spot. Then everyone. I mean, to be honest, I think they're not too different. Honestly,
Mhm.
I think we all grew up around the same era, and eras overlap in wrestling. right?
Yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, but
So, like I said, Tim, you're looking at your list, like, you don't have a lot of people that are like, I mean, Piper was still part of, like, the new generation, you know?
No,
I mean,
he
he wasn't
was.
super active, and I think Ricky might be I guess if you want one
The
kind of
old.
left out, but even him, he was in WCW still wrestling Ric Flair and Sting and whatnot,
Yeah. But the big thing, too, back then was that, remember, in the 80s, well, you don't remember, there was the big ninja craze. So they kind of billed him as someone who knew karate, and so
He
kind
did,
of
though. He beat up ninjas when he was walking at his crib.
Yeah, that was terrible. I watched that the other day, and it was so terrible. But what was funny is that when he feuded with Jake the Snake, what was cool is he brought out like iguana that was supposed to be like the dragon to combat Jake
Oh,
the Snake's
yeah.
snake. So he brought like this like big lizard or alligator or iguana or something.
You know what I was thinking? I didn't watch it live, but I watched that clip. I was thinking, what if these things fight right now?
Oh,
You know?
dude, they would have cut that showing off quick, dude.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is kind of dangerous. A big snake, it's like a dragon thing, and they were close too. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
They were kind of sizing each other up. Like
Hey, remember when he had it bite Macho Man? Like
Yes.
that was crazy.
All right, do you know the story behind that? Before we get too long on this.
No.
Okay, so they were having their match. They were talking, right? And Macho Man, I guess, was like a super like, well, I'll do it, but you got to show me it biting you first, you know? And so Jake was like, what? He was like, nah, dude, if you want to do this, I got to see the snake bite you first. So Jake was like, all right, man, I can't give up this opportunity. This is Macho Man, you know?
Yeah.
So it bit him. He was like, man, it bit the crap out of me. So when it was time to bite Macho, he slapped the shit out of it when it was in his bag, and it pissed the snake off. That's why it latched on. I said it was pretty solid revenge.
Stuff. It was blood.
Yeah, because the snake wouldn't let go. It was just like.
That's
So,
crazy.
All in all, Jake the Snake he's a brilliant dude, man.
Hey, if you go back real quick, you know, and when you go back and you watch on video the Undertaker's debut,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the Survivor Series one, but the one where he comes on regular Superstars. The funny thing is that his presence when he walks in and they show kids' faces, kids are like
Scared.
yeah, like
Yeah.
it was kind of like
Jake,
like,
okay, there's nothing.
they didn't know what to make of it. And then the tombstone, that was crazy because it looked real.
Remember when he broke Hulk Hogan's neck, dude? Hogan's such a piece of work, huh?
What a jerk.
God,
He just
man.
didn't want it. He wanted his title back.
Hey, but another one you do is like top like heels, like Jake the Snake. I mean, he's not on my list, but he'd probably be my top 20, top 30 if we got further. Jake the Snake
Yeah.
had it all, and he would talk very somber. Like, you know who's kind of like him right now is Mr. Friendly Firehouse guy when he's dark.
Oh, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
Bray Wyatt is like a
The
mix
Fiend.
of him and Mankind. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel uneasy around him. Take us to the promised land, Ray.
All right, guys. If you enjoy that video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Again, this is the Creek Entertainment. And if you want to catch one of our other videos, it will be about us ranking 4 legendary hip hops. Until then, we will see you again. Peace.
Yeah.